New U.S. champion crowned. Drew McIntyre apologizes. Joe Henry has a concert about The Miz, beats The Miz. Hey guys, welcome to the Wrestling Maniac review for SmackDown for the last SmackDown of 2025, December 26th. Yes, next week's SmackDown is going to be the premiere of SmackDown in 2026. So, with further ado, let's get into the review of the last SmackDown of this year. All right. Obviously, this is a tape show, so some of you might know the results already. Some might be watching as this video gets made and uploaded. So I apologize if spoiled in advance. Okay? So, let's get on with it, okay? We're going to kick off the show, okay, with, well, we're going to kick off the show with this. Okay? The Miz, ready backstage. Cody Rhodes shows up backstage. Asks the GM, sorry, Nick Aldis, if Drew McIntyre is here yet. And Drew McIntyre is going to show up. So we'll get to that later on, all right? Okay. Then the Miz is talking to Nick Aldis about Joe Henry. He's like, don't say his name. Don't mention his name. And Joe Henry's ready in the ring with the guitar and a couple of women dancers and Takatira Tozawa and Otis. And he starts singing a song about the Miz and Mrs. Tiny Balls and all that stuff. Having fun. The crowd was really into it. Okay. As they should be. It was funny. The Miz music hits. And Miz challenges Joe Henry to a match. And there's mumblings that Joe Henry might be getting caught up real soon. And it's to SmackDown as the USA Network apparently is the one calling his shots about Joe Henry appearing on their network because the network of SmackDown is going to go to 3 hours. And then Nick Aldis turned this match into a Miracle Street Fight match, whatever it was called, tradition. And so there was different Christmas-like elements, things around the ring, trees, presents, Christmas-like cookies. They use a table. They use all that. What can I think of? Joe Henry fallaway slam, a Christmas tree onto the Miz. And they had fun. It was a fun match. Joe Henry got the win, gave the standing ovation to the Miz through the announce table, and yeah, that was the match. Okay, we also saw some vignettes of Aleister Black and Selena going on about Damian Priest and Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, so on. I think they're going to continue doing that. Oh, and I love what Drew McIntyre said later in the night. All right, so, all right. We also, what else was there? There's also a Solo Sokola vignette talking about the riots. Basically said Uncle Howdy has no family. They're still continuing their feud, obviously. Don't know where that's going to lead. Right? Don't know where that's going to lead. All right. So what else is there? Okay. Another big vignette. They had a vignette package for Obafemi. They're hyping up Obafemi for a main roster call-up. He's still an NXT champion, but it's still hyping up for a call-up, and I might make a video on Obafemi, okay? Also backstage, Ilya Dragunov approached Carmelo Hayes and said the open challenge is closed for a night because he's giving Carmelo Hayes the U.S. title shot. And we'll skip to that. I guess we'll skip to that now. The U.S. title match. Skip a few things, right? This U.S. title match. Carmelo Hayes gets a rematch basically because he was screwed out of the U.S. title match because of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So Carmelo Hayes faces Ilya Dragunov for the U.S. title, and this match killed it. This match, I mean, look, these two killed it in the ring. It's like they really know each other. I mean, I know they wrestled each other in NXT, so you clearly saw their experience facing each other in NXT, and they brought up to the main roster. You can see the chemistry they have. And I love the ending to this match where you thought Ilya Dragunov had the win, but he made a fatal mistake. Carmelo Hayes finished him off with the Metal No Miss, or his finishing move, the leg drop off the turnbuckle. He got the 1, 2, 3 and celebrated with the U.S. title. Also with Ilya Dragunov, the one putting the wrapping the U.S. title around Carmelo's race. And Carmelo gets to celebrate, so Carmelo Hayes is the U.S. champion. Fortunately, his celebration backstage was short-lived because he got attacked by Johnny Gargano, pissed off Johnny Gargano. Okay. So we got a women's match between Charlotte Flair and Lash Legends. Okay. Yeah. All right. 2 tag teams are in the mix for the tag team titles, right? They want the tag team titles. So, sorry, I'm looking at my phone. So, Lash Legends actually really did well against Charlotte. She's still green raw, but when I first saw her NXT, compared to now, she's heavily, vastly improved her ring ability. She's tall. She should be a powerhouse. So they obviously have a high future, a high future in her, right? They believe in her, right? And I thought this match was fine. Charlotte Flair did a sunset flip to win, but after she did a moonsault after Alexa Bliss managed to get Denia and all that. And then, Charlotte Flair got the win over Lash Legend. But Lash Legend looked good. Lash Legend has definitely improved. Because when I first saw her NXT for years, she wasn't that good in the ring. She's definitely improved. She needs to improve more. Okay? Also, speaking of these teams, backstage, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky confront Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, and they argue. But even though Rhea and Io Sky are going to face the Kabuki Warriors Monday, right? The premiere of Raw. The premiere of Raw. No, Monday. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Monday. 2 weeks from now. The premiere of Raw in January. Whoever wins gets is a champion, right? And then the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax and Lash Legend come and they get involved in the argument. And then Kabuki Warriors come and get involved in the argument. And they all this decides, you know what? I'm going to make an 8-man tag team match next week on SmackDown. 8-woman tag team match next week on SmackDown. Kabuki Warriors are going to team up with Lash Legends and Nia Jax to take on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley in Io Sky next week. Okay. So we also get a Jade interview, and it's nothing really special here about Jade. She says, "I'm the baddest bitch," blah blah blah. Her usual shtick. She calls Mia Yim a coward for attacking from behind and using a candlestick. Then we turn to B-Fab, seeing that interview, watching it on TV on the monitor, and Mia Yim approaches B-Fab. And, well, Mia Yim, you know what? She's basically saying Jade is all about muscles, all that. Just because she has muscles, she's all that. She needs to learn some respect. I have no respect for her. Okay? So we're probably definitely going to get... We're definitely probably going to get Mia Yim and Nia Jax. No, Jade Cargill in the match soon. Probably. Okay. And then we got a tag team match, women's tag team match, Chelsea Green and Alba Fire versus Julia and Kiana James. So this is the first time I think Kiana James has wrestled a tag team match with Julia. It's a heel versus heel team. Julia clearly wants the women's U.S. title back, right? And so this match is okay. Julia got the win here. Nothing special. Julia got the win here with her finisher. She pinned Chelsea Green, and I assume in the very near future, we're going to get Julia versus Chelsea Green for the U.S. title, women's U.S. title. Drew McIntyre showed up, was being interviewed by Kathleen Kelly, and she's going to ask, Kathleen Kelly asks about what the stipulation for the matches. Drew has to pay the fine. He's agreed to pay the fine and apologize to the ref. Okay? So let's just get to the end. So Drew, right? Is there with Dan Engler? I think it's the referee's name, and Nick Aldis. So Nick Aldis says, all right, says Drew has agreed to this, and agreed no contact from Cody. So Drew gives a check to Aldis and goes to the referee Dan Engler and says he apologized for clayming him in the face, but then starts ripping into Dan Engler, starts tearing him down, mentioning his family, and that made Cody Rhodes' music hits, right? Cody Rhodes comes out to the ring. Drew starts, right? So Drew announces what kind of match he wants, right, with Cody, and says, I don't want this match next week. In fact, I don't want this match in the United States. We're going to have it overseas. So I believe 2 weeks they're in overseas. They're going to be in Berlin, Germany for SmackDown. So it's going to be an early show. I believe, so Drew McIntyre says, we're going to have a match in Berlin, Germany. It could be 3 stages of hell. So that can mean 3 matches. You got to win 2 out of 3. And it's going to probably be like, not just regular single matches. It might be a single match involved, a cage match, a hardcore match, street fight, or something like that, right? There's going to be 3 matches, all different stipulations. And then Drew starts going after Cody and his family and getting really, really personal with Cody. Okay? Cody. And Cody was getting pissed off, really angry. He wants to attack Drew, but he can't because if he does, he gets stripped of the title. And he was really starting to go, and Nick Aldis held him back. Cody turned around, and he got Claymore at the end of the show. And Drew stood tall with the title over Cody Rhodes. That's the end of SmackDown. For the last SmackDown this year. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Like, share, subscribe below, guys.